Universal City Shuttle service. Next stop will be Universal Studios Hollywood and CityWalk. For the safety and comfort of everyone aboard, there is no smoking on the shuttle. Please remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times until we come to a full and complete stop. If you have an emergency of any kind, please reach up and pull the emergency cord. It runs on the driver's side or down the center of the train. Thank you.
This is the Universal City Shuttle. Universal Studios.
All guests under 18 years of age must be in the presence of a legal guardian after 10 p.m. and proof of age is required. Thank you.
Welcome to Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA, Los Angeles. As you know, Jurassic Park, the ride will be closed for refurbishment.
The shuttle stop. Please remain seated until the vehicle comes to a full and complete stop and the gates are fully open and clear for you to exit. Continue straight and to the left for Universal Studios Hollywood, straight and to the right for CityWalk. We hope you enjoy your stay here at the entertainment capital of LA, Universal Studios Hollywood.
Alright, that is the Universal Studios Shuttle. And we'll go find a theme park. There we go.
Studio Tour. My name is Andy. I'm going to be your guide today. If that's okay with you. We've got 400 acres of backlot, a full tank of gas. It's hot. We're all wearing 3D glasses. It's a party. Actually, you don't have to wear the... Sorry, I'm disappearing. You don't have to wear the glasses right now. But you should have them. In order to experience King Kong 360 3D, you got to have a pair of these stylish 3D glasses. What do you got for me? All right, you're going to have to do a reset, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back. Now, before we get too far underway, I want to introduce you to my co-host for the afternoon, SNL alumni and host of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. You're never going to guess who it is.
Jimmy Fallon from The Tonight Show, I guess.
Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide, Andy, and the greatest driver, Ingrid. They're the best. I love them. Even though Andy I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
All right, dudes. Safety rules. Safety rules. Number 1, pull the emergency cord that runs down the center of the tram if you have any kind of problem. Audio visual. You drop something. You just need a hug. Number 2, very important. While the tram is moving, we all remain seated, keeping our arms and legs inside the vehicle.
Good, good.
Now this one's kind of a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. No smoking. Sorry, Frank. And be prepared for loud noises. Fire effects. Sudden tram movements. And the possibility of getting in. So keep those cameras protected. Alright, we've just turned down our Universal movie timeline. These original movie posters on either side of the tram are just a few examples of the more than 8,000 films we've made here in the last 100 years, including this one, a Universal classic. Check it out.
I have the room ready for you and Mrs. Barrington. Thank you, Warren.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon. Hello. Yes? Maybe bottle of champagne sent to the room for us. Make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
Alright, maybe that wasn't such a classic, but it was a great example of what the inside of a soundstage can look like. We're about to cross into our front lot, which houses our 35 soundstages. These buildings...
So I was thrilled when Universal experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island. Years.
360 3D. Theme park, you can get it right up close. These Flintstones cars just tricked out golf carts. And we can't talk picture cars without talking about the Fast and the Furious films.
Ja Rule all one, yeah.
Now, in the Fast and the Furious films, the cars are combined with CGI and motion control technology to bring scenarios to life that would normally be impossible. As audiences embrace their greed for speed. Speaking of speed, pop quiz, huh, Shots? Anybody recognize this camouflage Mercedes over there on the left? All of these sets of vehicles coming up were used in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park films. That's the Mobile Lab from The Lost World. It's coming up on the left. You might remember the Mobile Lab from this scene. Oh yeah, ooh, wow, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
Expect snow and sleet on New York Street and Isla Nublar. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the lot.
Now, even though Mexico's only a couple of hours away, we found it cost effective to build our own Mexico right here on the back lot. Hey, we got some rain. Looks like Al's forecast is right on the money. As you can see, rain is created by an overhead sprinkler hidden from view. All we do is shoot water straight up in the air and then let it fall naturally like rain. The problem is when we get too much rain, it can lead to disaster in the form of flash floods, and, well, we've got one headed right for us. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you're sitting in a blue seat, you may get wet on our tour today. Here's what it looks like on film.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! You know, we'll see about that.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. We still have a chance to catch that shark. There's some bait tied at the end of that yellow barrel out there. He's taking the bait. He's taking the dog. Remember, campers, gas and electricity, a lethal combination.
Whoa! Amity Island. Where is that guy?
Congratulations, folks. You've just come face to face with Bruce the Shark. Bruce was just as much of a terror off-screen as he was on.
Shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves.
Watch this. Hard the water. This tranquil lagoon isn't actually that tranquil. This is the original Black Lagoon from the cult classic The Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's also where Norman dumped his victim in Psycho, starring Anthony Perkins. Now you may want to pick your personal belongings up off the tram floor because we're going in. And if you snap a photo and you frame it right, it should look like a full-size tanker. However, this is not a test. You aren't being judged or graded, and, well, there will be no prizes. Now, folks, in a few moments, we're going to drive through one of those quiet zones I was talking about, and I just want to give you a look at the show.
This is called the movie Earthquake in San Francisco.
That's with the FBI?
FBI, yeah.
It's all right, it's okay, it's just a tremor. This is Southern California.
Yes, the movie Earthquake.
I feel like a vodka martini. Shake it, don't stir.
Watch out, water coming behind.
Remember what I said about those blue seats? Is a practical set, which means we can shoot outside or inside. The way this one works, the walls inside come apart and move around like that in the dollhouse, making room for our cameras and equipment. Working up here at the Chicken Ranch these days, the series About a Boy. Many drivers dig the phone. And have your cameras ready, because we're turning down Colonial Street.
Alright, this is Wisteria Lane, Desperate Housewives.
Peekaboo, ladies and gentlemen. Now this beach house coming up on your left is where Gabby lived, Viva Longoria. I know it used to be yellow, but we painted it so you would recognize it for use of the thing.
the original Munsters house from that classic series. It's also where Alfre Woodard lived when she was on the show, Desperate Housewives. Susan Terry Hatcher lived in this paleo house on the left. And Susan's next door neighbor was Lynette, Academy Award nominee for Felicity Huffman. Now it's time to bring back the Bridge.
Next morning, Edie Britt decided to announce her return to Wisteria Lane.
Okay, you're not gonna believe this, but she's back.
Edie, is that really you? You know someone else my age with body like this?
Well, what happened to your tenant?
Yeah, came into some money and decided to move.
Well, what the heck? Let's move back.
We? Oh, you don't know. I have a husband now. Really? Whose?
Now this greenhouse over here on the left is where Tom Hanks lived in the movie The Burbs. This was the home of superstars in Beverly Hills for years, let me tell you. That's in Hollywood, the Bates Motel and the Psycho House from Hitchcock's Psycho. And Mrs. Bates is still up in the window just dying to see you. Well, dead, actually. Dead and rotting is probably a bit more accurate. But if the Psycho House looks a little bit small, it's because it's a 3/4 scale. It was built that way so Arthur Anthony's residence would look bigger and more menacingly stood in the doorway.
War of the Worlds.
Just beyond the Psycho House, one of the most impressive sets ever created, the spectacular crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds starring Tom Cruise. And we're headed right into the heart of it. Hey guys are welcome to stand up and get a photo while we're not moving. This is all that's left of the neighborhood Tom Cruise hides out in during the film, and that's a real plane, by the way. A real